Hey guys, so on this episode of Make It with Calvin, I'm going to talk you through taking this sheet of leather, well, what remains of it, and turning it into this awesome rustic looking tag for my sister and her husband's lawn game rentals. So let's dive into it. So the whole backstory on this project is my sister and her husband have this really awesome thing where they rent out lawn games. And if you're in the Ventura County area, I 10 out of 10 recommend that you at least give their website a peek. You never know, it might be something you're interested in. But going back to the project, the idea is they wanted something so that people at the event would know whose it was, it made their stuff stand out, and it just really fit into the rustic vibe that they had going on. So we had some back and forth over what to make it out of, and I was like, hey guys, I think for the vibe that you're going for, leather is the way to go. It's actually going to be a lot cheaper than getting custom blanks produced in either brass or anodized aluminum. And leather's also pretty durable, so eventually we all agreed leather was the way to go. So I put it in an order at Classic Elements over on Etsy. Don't worry, leather didn't show up like this. This is just what remains. But I have to say, I was extremely happy with the quality of the leather that I got. Shipping on it was super duper fast, and it lasers absolutely incredible. So if you're interested in that stuff, I'll have a link to them down in the description below. I did opt to go for the veg tanned. Some people say using chrome tanned leather isn't too bad to laser, but you know, lasering leather is already nasty enough, so I'd rather not be potentially sucking down any chrome compounds, yada, yada, yada. But that's besides the point. Once I got the leather in, when it came to the text for this, they didn't have a text file, but they had just a black and white image of their logo. So I just imported that into the computer, did an image trace on it, and then designed everything around it. Now what I opted to do was to cut through 4 tiny holes in the corner, and then in case it needed to be punched out, I created that engraved circle. So if they needed to come along with a circle punch in case they needed to use a larger fastener, they had that capability available. But really anything that they were going to use to nail this or screw this or even sew this onto something probably was not going to be that big and wouldn't show up very well. So with that done, it was time to jump over to the laser, and we'll cut to a quick montage of these being engraved and cut. So a couple of things to keep in mind when you are going to laser leather. One of the biggest things is your engraving direction. If you're going from the top down, all the burnt leather junk that you're going to get is going to get deposited on the leather as it goes down. And I've found that if you do it from the top down, that stuff tends to be hot and it tends to want to stick to the already hot leather that's there, and it's going to look a little dirtier. Now, if you're trying to go for a really weathered and aged look, that might be the goal that you're after. In this case, that's not what I'm after. So I did all the engraving from the bottom, working its way up. So anything that did get stuck was more likely than not going to get burnt off by the laser, and or it was cool leather and it didn't want to stick very well. The other thing is, once you get these lasered, you want to clean them off ASAP so that the stuff that's on there doesn't have time to stick and become a lot harder to remove. I just used a dry paper towel and just gently rubbed it back and forth on a hard surface, and that tended to remove most all of the loose material. Obviously, if there's a little bit of scorching around the edges and whatnot, that's not necessarily a bad thing, as it kind of goes for more of the antique rustic vibe that they're after, but obviously you will have to adjust accordingly. Now, Once I got done cleaning them, I did come along with a cotton dabber that I picked up as a multi-pack over at the local Hobby Lobby, and used some Needs Foot oil that I picked up for only a couple of bucks over at the local Ace Hardware. Everybody has their own favorite leather care. I am not an expert. I'm just using what I had available and was economical. But what I did is I took the dabber and I just liberally applied oil around the cut edge on this, figuring that was going to be super dried out, and that definitely helped soften things up a little bit. Then I just came over the top and gave it a light coat of oil, and I haven't done it on this one, but if you wanted to, you could also apply a little bit of oil to the back side as well. The big thing is, don't go crazy with the oil because it will darken the leather. This is just a light coating, but you can already see it has darkened it up a fair bit relative to the light color of the original leather. So, as for these, I need to go stick these in a box and get them sent down because they need these ASAP. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you're interested in either the lawn game rentals, I'll have a link to that down below, or if you need some custom leather items made, feel free to hit me up. I'd be more than happy to do it, pending I'm able to fit it in the laser and it's something reasonable. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you here next time on Make It with Calvin.